Welcome back to our Certified Entry-Level Python Programmer course, and it is time for us to do two things. Yeah, you have to love it when we get multiple objectives handled in one video. We're going to look at some dictionary methods that are possible inside of Python, and this is also going to teach us how to iterate through Python dictionaries. Remember, we said iterating through a dictionary is not something that you do directly because a dictionary isn't a sequence like a list or a tuple, but as we're about to see, we can easily move through these objects, these dictionary objects, and we can do it a couple of different ways. All right, well, let's take a look at our example. First of all, notice on the very first line here, we have this simple little English-Spanish dictionary from a previous video on dictionaries. So we have our key and our value pairings. And remember, in this dictionary case, we're dealing with all strings. So we would need to note that with our single quote or double quotes. And remember the syntax we're using here, the colon between the key and the value and the comma between those entries. Okay, so notice what we're going to do here. I print the statement, here are the keys in your dictionary, and we have a clever way that we can iterate through all those keys. And sure enough, it's thanks to the keys method. Yes, our dictionary method called keys. So notice I say for key in our English to Spanish dictionary, let's use the keys function. So we're going to then print the key. Yeah, notice how simple that is. So this method is going to get us all the keys, and we're going to use a for loop to just iterate through those and print those. Sure. Now, I print an empty line, and then I say, here are the values in your dictionary. And you guessed it, we have a method for dictionaries in Python that is called values. And it would get the value. So I just do a simple for loop that says for value in our dictionary's values, go ahead and print that value. Now, you might be wondering if there's a way to get all your keys and there's a way to get all your values, there's probably a way to get all of your key value pairs, and you are correct. Look at this. Here are the key value pairs in your dictionary, and all we would need to do is iterate through the items. That's right. There is an items method for our dictionary. And notice I'm saying for English and Spanish. Yeah, this is the key. This is the value. Let's go ahead and print all of those. So I print English to Spanish, iterating through all of the items. So yes, we do have methods with our dictionaries, and we've seen three very powerful ones here. Keys, in order to iterate through and retrieve all the keys, if you like. Values, in order to iterate through and retrieve all your values. And finally, items, where we can iterate through and retrieve all the items. Well, this is all fine and good if it works. Let's run the module. Look at that. We got all of the keys in our dictionary. Then we got all of the values in our dictionary. And finally, we printed the key value pairs in our dictionary. So leveraging the keys function, method, leveraging the values method, and leveraging the items method. Well, we have one last video for you coming up on dictionaries, and I hope to see you there.